Y'all know how much I hate when people talk stupid, and one of the stupidest things that I hear all the time is women hate men.
In today's conversation, we are talking about if women really hate men. A guy posted on his TikTok and was saying that he doesn't like seeing videos of men coming out to say women hate men, or even some women that come out to say women hate men. It feels like women do not hate men. Women love men so much that they're just disappointed by the way they act towards their love. They love men so much, they got men back so much, but they hate the way they behave, they hate the way they react, they hate what they do, but they don't really hate men. What is your take? Do you think women really hate men, or women are just disappointed in men? Let me roll this clip for you all to watch to the end, and I'll be back to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Y'all know how much I hate when people talk stupid, and one of the stupidest things that I hear all the time is women hate men. And it's so funny to me because women do too much for men for us to ever think that. A person who holds you down in your darkest days cannot hate you. Someone who sits around waiting for you to be the man they know you can be cannot hate you. Someone who has the willingness to raise your children while you navigate through the world doing whatever it is that you're doing cannot hate you. She doesn't hate you. Women do not hate men. The difference with this generation of women that I appreciate is that women today are extremely vocal about the magnitude of how you and your disappointment has impacted their life.
Yeah.
How they have had to shift things, how they had to do things differently, how the trajectory of their lives, of their careers, of their personal lives have been affected because they loved you so much, they believed in you so much that it was their detriment. They don't hate you. They're disappointed that they love you this intensely and it's not reciprocated. It's sad that I love you this much and you don't love me enough to get you a goddamn job. It's sad that I love you this much and you don't love me enough to pick up these kids at least once a week. It's sad that I love you this much and you don't love me enough to help me study for the exam. It's disappointing that I love you this much and while I'm sitting home making dinner for you, you out there cheating. It's disappointing I don't hate you. But she wants you to be the man she knows you can be. She wants you to be a man, period. And you lack the capacity. It's not hate, it's extreme disappointment. And there's a difference.
A lady shared a stitch, and she stitched this video, and she was saying that the very first time somebody told her that she hates men was when she stood up to a man. When she was in school, she stood up to a man because he was wrong analyzing a woman. I think feminist or something. So she stood up and she was like, "No, you're wrong." Da 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 da. And because of what she said, since then, people have been addressing her that she hates men. Even the man she spoke to, or the guy she was talking to, automatically is afraid to talk to her because you're like, "Da, da, da, you hate men. Hold up. You don't like us. Da, da, da." So basically, these men do not want women to stand up against them. So if you're standing up and telling them what they're doing is wrong, or you're telling them you can do without them, they feel you hate them. Okay, so are you a woman? Do you think women hate men, or they're just naturally disappointed at their behaviors? Or are you a woman? Do you hate men, or you don't even feel anything for them? You don't know if you even hate or love them? Let me know down in the comment section. Let me go ahead and roll this stitch for you all to watch to the end, and I'll be back to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Y'all know how much I hate when people talk stupid, and one of the stupidest things that I hear all the time is women hate men. The first time I was accused of being a man hater, I was 17. And the reason it had happened is because at my high school we had this guest speaker series. And on this Thursday evening, the woman who had come to talk to us was a director at UN Women, and she had come to talk to us about why everyone should be a feminist, not just women. And at the beginning, she had asked everyone who's a feminist to stand up, and most of the men did not stand up. Most of the guys at my high school did not stand up. Just to set the scene. And at different points, she was allowing us to like interact with her. She'd ask questions, opinions, and people would share. And one of the opinions, this guy, he stood up and he went on and on and on about how he did not like feminism because it made him feel like there was this divide between him and his sisters. That's how he was referring to women. And he was like, basically, it makes me feel like I'm a bad person. It makes me have this difficult relationship with the women in my life. Like, I don't get why we have this feminism thing. Why can't we just all like each other and get along, yada, yada, yada. And this was the second time he was making this point during this talk. And it irritated the living shit out of me. And I was watching all these men sit and nod along. And I thought to myself, if I don't say something, if someone doesn't say something, these men are going to walk outside thinking that this is even an appropriate thing to bring up women. Mind you, this was also at the height of like men are trash becoming a thing. And that was also a big complaint that some of these boys had, was that like feminism is just us trashing men. And at that time, I think there was, my God, I cannot remember her name, but there was this poor woman in South Africa who had been killed by her boyfriend. He dismembered her, put her body in a trash can and set it alight, and then basically went on the run, and he had just been caught. So I stood up and was like, time for me to give my opinion, because I was just fuming. I could not believe that we're living in a society where a woman gets killed by her boyfriend, dismembered and set alight, and your fucking feelings are the most important thing. So I got up and I was in such a rage. Like, I don't even think I remember the exact words I said, but I made a point to be like, we've tried to tell you guys why women are disenfranchised. We've given you statistics, we've explained. And the only time you come to the table to talk is when we say men are trash. And that's why we do it, to incite this reaction in hopes that it will push you towards action. And all the men were too stunned to speak. The girls clapping, hyping me up. And so I left being like, me, I've spoken my piece of mind. Don't you ever open your mouth and say that. And that's when the rumors started. It became Flowers a man hater. This specific guy that I had called out became like afraid of me. I remember going up to talk to him at some point, and he literally recoiled and took a step back. Like, men on campus had become afraid of me, afraid to speak up around me. I would find out from other girls that they would say such misogynistic things to them that when we were together, they would not dare say, some of my male friends. And then the rumor started that I'm a man-hater, and the other one was that I'm a lesbian. So I'm a man-hating lesbian, which really offended me at the time, not because I have an issue with lesbians, but because I really like this guy. I was so deeply offended. Like, I'm infatuated with a man right now, and you guys that's what you have to say? And so that kind of just became my reputation, and that followed even amongst my male friends. It followed me into college, into uni. And so this group of guy friends that I had, anytime we would like talk about things, or I would comment or call them out, we couldn't get far in the conversation because it would just become, oh, you know how you feel about men. You just hate men anyways. Like, I would not be taken seriously. And throughout all of this used to really fuck with me because I did not hate men. I absolutely did not hate men, and I especially did not hate the men in my community, hence why I called them out. But it had just become such a thing I kept hearing that I was like, fuck it, I guess then I hate men. Mind you, one of the friends who would say this to me in uni ended up being my rapist. And he was a self-proclaimed feminist. Like, it's all so sick, right? And throughout all of this, like, I just couldn't for the love of me understand why my opinions and my anger and my vitriol at the patriarchy and my frustrations with men were being taken as me hating them. And I didn't put two and two together till I stopped being friends with cishet men. My friendship, I had an ex-best friend. He was a cishet man, and we're very close. And part of the reason, in my opinion, that our friendship ended is that he had more loyalty and allegiance to his masculinity and its performance than he did to showing up and becoming a better person and a better man. Okay. He had become a liar and a cheat. And at that time, I think like most of our friendship, I'd honestly really focused about like all the great things about him, that I think he took me calling him out on some of these things as like, I don't like you, I hate you. And that's when I finally realized men think we hate them for two reasons. One, men believe that I have been taught that love um, is being idolized. To be loved is to be idolized, to be put on a pedestal, to be obeyed, and to be submitted to without any thought or any sort of recourse. So when you call out men and you say, I don't like what you're getting up to, and this is the root of why you behave the way you do, and this is how it affects women, what they're hearing is you hate them, because anyone who loves them would not think that they're capable of shit things, and would not think anything negative about them. They do not see that it is loving to call someone out, because all the men I ever called out in my community, I called out because I cared about them and I believed in their capacity to be better people, but they did not take it like that. Secondly, I think we've been taught that hatred is the opposite of love. And I disagree. I think hatred and love are actually quite adjacent. They're adjacent to each other. They both require maintenance. They feel all consuming in a way. It's more of like a flame, a fire burning within you. And at this point in my life, having stopped being friends with cishet men, having really, 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 as a queer woman, dissented men, I've come to the conclusion that not only did I ever hate men, I do not hate them now. I feel something worse for men. What I feel for men, I fear is worse than hatred. And when I realized this is how I feel, I felt bad. What I feel towards men is absolute indifference. I've gone numb. I feel nothing remotely positive about men, but I also don't feel anything particularly negative about them. And even when they inspire me to feel anything, it is mostly disgust and disdain. And as a collective, I do not respect them. And it's very difficult to have relationships with people you do not respect.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of wish I hated men, because hatred requires some sort of investment. It feels like something. What I feel for men now is worse. I have no faith in them as a collective. I do not believe that there's anything that is beneath a man. There's nothing someone could tell me and be like, a man did that, and I would not believe them. And I don't think men realize that that is worse than hatred. There's worse things than being hated. There's people losing absolute fucking faith in you. And what men are seeing online is that women, femmes, other men, queer people, they've absolutely lost all faith in all of you. We do not respect you. I try to center my life and build my life away from men, without any consideration of them, because I don't see what function it has in my life to keep investing in them. Even now, if you observe how I talk about men on my page, it's not personal. I talk about them as a species in the zoo that I'm observing as like a zoologist or something. They're just something to observe, something to extract phenomena from. I don't feel anything. And I think that's just so much worse.
Do you think women hate men? What is your take? Or you think that they are just disappointed in men, or they love men so much that they hate them? Anyways, for me, I feel like I don't feel women hate men. I just feel like, for me, I would say I don't hate men. I don't hate men. I've seen them for who they are. I know what they can do. Like, I'm not gonna be surprised when I hear a man do something. I'm not gonna be like shocked, like like I've seen it all. I feel like I've seen it all. I feel like I've heard it all. I feel like I am expecting so much worse from them, that when they do something good, I'm like, this good thing that this person is doing, are you sure there's nothing bad coming out of it? That is how I see this man. Okay, so I wanna say I hate men. And I feel like men are always afraid of women that stand their ground and talk about how they don't need them. Okay, women talking about decentry men doesn't mean they hate men. They're saying we can do things without you. We can live our lives without you. We can do these things that we thought we needed you. because women thought they needed men to do so many things, to go on with their lives. Yes, if you have a partner, both of you work together, you support each other, you do things together. But there's sometimes probably the relationship did not work and you have to go your separate ways. It feels as if a woman cannot survive without a man. But now women are saying that they are surviving, they are living their lives, they are doing things that they do not, they're not realizing they do not need men. They are happier, they are more beautiful. There are some videos I'm seeing on TikTok these days. Women are like, there's a lady I saw, she was like, I was bowed when I was in a relationship. When I came out of the relationship, you see, her hair was very nice, full, coily, and beautiful. But when she was in a relationship, the hair was looking. So that is what man can do to you. That is how invested a woman will put in her or when she's in a relationship with a man. That is how she's expecting so much. She's loving him so much. She's trusting him so much. But at the end of the day, she's not getting what she's putting in. So when a woman switch, it looks as if she hates the man. But no, I personally don't feel like women hate men. I feel like women are very loving and nurturing and caring. Okay. And even women would even like you, will care for you even when they don't know you. A woman will see somebody like, for me, you can see you walk past me or on the road and I see that you need help, or I'm seeing somebody trying to harass you. I'm already concerned. I'm already like, what are you trying to do to her? I'm already concerned. But a man would not. Men would not. They only see evil when it's attached to their family members, to their wives or their mom or their daughters. If it's not related to somebody very close to them, they don't see anything wrong in it. Or it doesn't happen to women like that. We women, I don't know, the way God created us is just beautiful. So I would not say women hate men. And I don't think that when a woman says she doesn't want to have anything to do with a man, she doesn't want to be in a relationship with a man, she wants to go on with the 4B movement, or she wants to, you know, choose the bear and none of that. I don't think that means hatred to men. That's just for men to realize that you think we need you, but we are happier, we are striving, we are more like more successful without you. So I feel like that's just a wake up. I feel like this is just a wake up season for women, and they're like, no, I can't take bare minimum from you, because so men want you to appreciate them with the bare minimum they're doing, and in fact, a man wants you to applaud him just because he's just being nice. As a normal human being, you're supposed to be nice. So why should I treat you special because you're just nice or kind? It's just, I don't know. But then I'd like to know your thoughts. Do you think women hate men? What is your take on this conversation? Let's talk about it down in the comment section. And thank you all so much for tuning in today. It's your girl Maria David. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe. And turn on the post notification bell and get notified when I upload another interesting video. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.